Live on YouTube and Google+, it's Pageant Live. This is the place for glamour and style. Get great pageant tips you won't find anywhere else. Find out what you need to know before your next pageant. Post your questions and comments for our panel during the show. Learn great ideas about all aspects of pageantry. Here we go. Pageant Live starts right now.
Hello and welcome to Pageant Live. I'm Stephanie McGreen. And tonight we have amazing guests joining us to discuss empowerment and pageantry in honor of Women's History Month. The sacrifices the women before us have made have opened many doors for us, and we must never forget who worked so hard to create these changes. In 1848, the first Women's Rights Convention was held in Seneca Falls, New York. In 1916, Margaret Sanger opens the first U.S. birth control clinic in Brooklyn, New York. In 1942, 350,000 women served in the armed forces during World War II. Many more provided support services. About 100,000 of these women served in the U.S. Navy as waves. In 1964, Title VII of the Civil Rights Act barred discrimination in employment on the basis of race and sex. At the same time, it established the Equal Employment Opportunity Commission to investigate complaints and impose penalties. In 1981, Sandra Day O'Connor became the first woman appointed to the U.S. Supreme Court. At that time, just 6% of all federal judges were women. In 1983, Sally Ride became America's first female astronaut when she spent 6 days in space. Today, about 25% of NASA's astronauts are women. In 1996, in United States versus Virginia, the Supreme Court ruled that all-male Virginia Military School had to admit women in order to continue to receive public funding. In 2005, Hillary Clinton became the first Lady to be elected to public office. She joined Congress as a U.S. Senator from New York. In 2013, Defense Secretary Leon Panetta announced that the ban on women serving in combat roles would be lifted. We must remember the rights we have and that not everyone in the world shares these. Thank you to these amazing women and the men who laid the groundwork to help change history. The word empowerment, by definition, is to increase the economic, political, social, educational, gender, or spiritual strength of individuals and communities. The freedom to be allowed the opportunity to be empowered, and the ladies tonight are here to discuss how their titles empower them. So let's begin by meeting them now. And Amber, let's meet you.
Hi, Stephanie. Thank you for having me on tonight.
Oh, it is so wonderful to have you. So glad you're joining us. And Amber, tell us what title you hold.
I'm currently Mrs. Eastern States International 2014.
Well, welcome, Amber.
Thank you very much.
And Ruby, let's meet you next.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Ruby B. Johnson. Hi, Stephanie. Thank you for having me on Pageant Live tonight. And my title is Miss Sierra Leone USA 2013 to 2014.
Welcome, Ruby. It's wonderful to have you. So excited to have you ladies tonight. Okay, so let's get started with the topic. And ladies, tell us, who is your female role model and why? And Ruby, let's start with you.
Cool. Well, for me, honestly, there are lots of women in public figures that I really admire, but for me it's closer to home, which is more within the realm of my mother and also my grandmother and all the women that I grew up, the strong women that I grew up seeing as role models when I was in my family. They really are the role models because they're closer to my heart and they really impacted me one-on-one. So that It might be a cheesy answer, but it really is my mom and every woman in my family that has been strong, that has gone through so many things in life, and they've made it through and they've pulled through all the way.
Oh, Ruby, that is awesome. And it's incredible to have so many strong women in your life, and not everyone has that. You are truly blessed. And they definitely are role models.
Thank you.
And Amber, who is your female role model?
Well, it took me quite some time to actually narrow it down, because there's such a huge list of people, and women specifically, that have impacted me and my career and my life. And I really thought that, you know, being in the international pageant system has really defined who I am. All of the ladies are, you know, family women who have careers and children, and they're just so inspiring. And so I really want to thank all of them, 2013, and of course my class of 2014 this year, for inspiring me to do that. But I also would like to point out one of my role models this year is Dr. Miriam Navaye, who is one of my lead sponsors this year, and she's a highly decorated physician and president and CEO of Advanced Health Solutions. She's such a strong and independent woman, and she goes for what she wants, and she's really passionate about PTSD and mental health and organizations that are striving to fight those stigmas and to promote that medical research that we need to make everything better.
Oh, she sounds like a phenomenal role model. Strong, independent, and of course, creating change.
Of course.
And Amber, let me ask you, how does pageantry empower you?
Well, again, I think it just inspires me to see the women around me and what we're doing to change other people's lives and the world around us. And specifically for me, I like to be the voice of the invisible war, which is what we call PTSD, which is my platform. It's such a huge thing for caregivers to understand that they're not alone, and for those that are suffering that they're not alone. So pageantry really encourages me to push the boundaries of stereotypes, and you know, just because I'm in the military doesn't mean I can't be beautiful and have a great cause and inspire change.
Oh, that is fantastic. And Ruby, how about you?
Well, for me, it's because of empowerment. That's why I got involved in pageantry in the first place. My title as Miss Sierra Leone USA is the first title I've ever had. It's the first pageant I've ever competed in. And my main reason was, as a Sierra Leonean American woman, I was born and raised in Sierra Leone. I came to the United States 10 years ago. And so I wanted to personally give back to my Sierra Leonean American community here, the diaspora. And that was why I decided to do the Miss Sierra Leone USA pageant, because I've seen past title holders use their title for a great cause and reach out to the community, do so much humanitarian work. And I saw it as a great way to be a role model for the young girls out there, and to be the voice for women as well, and just to empower them and show them that you can do it, you know, because having a crown and a sash is such a powerful thing that you can get attention. It's up to the individual to use as a positive thing to leave their legacy. So empowerment was the main reason why I got involved in pageantry, and I haven't regretted that choice. I really have lived out my platform, because the platform, as Amber mentioned earlier, platform is very important to her, and that's one of the highest scores for our pageant as well, is having a platform. And my platform is something close to me because it's advocating for women and girls in science, technology, engineering, and mathematics fields. And as a mining engineer right now, that is what I do. So I'm living my platform, and that's what I just advocate for, and I hope to empower women.
Well, you ladies are truly amazing. You are definitely using your titles for great things. Pageantry is clearly empowering you. You are empowering others. You are inspirations. And I love having strong women on the show. And Ruby, let me ask you this. What is it that you are doing specifically to make a difference through your title, through pageantry?
Well, for me, as I just mentioned about my platform and throughout my reign, that is something I have highly advocated for. I blog regularly. I also attend events and I've spoken to girls and women in different workshops. I have visited schools to talk to young girls, encouraging them about engineering and all the STEM fields in Sierra Leone and also in the United States as well, because I've had the opportunity to go back home in Sierra Leone and visit schools and talk to girls. I've done a lot of promotions with being on TV networks and stuff. So it's been such a great way for me to really spread my platform via social media and also in-person sessions.
That is wonderful. I love how you're making a difference. You are being a role model to young girls, which they definitely need. So wonderful. Keep up the fabulous work. And Amber, what about you?
Well, I think the most important part about making a difference is helping the people that need the help so they don't feel alone and they don't struggle with what, they're struggling with in life. And so for me personally, with the PTSD platform, I'm able to influence the government policies, and as a member of the National Alliance on Mental Illness, I'm also allowed to go to, different rallies and things like that to promote awareness and to bring awareness to an issue that we've had and to fight the stigma that, of course, PTSD is not only a military issue, but especially for women who have been sexually assaulted or been involved in domestic violence. That's a huge issue that people don't realize. And so it's really important for me to bring that to the table, as not only as a woman, but someone with a platform and with a title that people will listen to. So it's really important to bring that awareness and make the difference to people that need the help.
Definitely. Bringing awareness, creating change, so important. You ladies are incredible. Now, tell us, and Amber, let's start with you. What is it that you would like to see women accomplish in the future?
Well, I think the biggest thing that I can share with anyone is never to stop and never to stop at failure. To always go for your goals, no matter how big or how small they are, because you never know how far you can reach until you even try to go there. So it's really important to strive to be better than you were yesterday.
Fabulous advice. The truth. And you can always use any type of failure as a stepping stone, as an opportunity to learn and grow, and keep moving forward and accomplish those dreams. Do not give up. Love your advice. Ruby, what about you?
Well, for me, one thing I do is, being that I'm doing mining engineering, I have really used my crown to get a bigger audience. And being that I'm in Sierra Leone, USA, one thing that was really great was last year I did an internship in Sierra Leone with diamond mining. And during my whole experience there, I was blogging about it, sharing pictures, because I want to show people that I live what I preach. So it was really nice for them to see me in a hard hat and steel-toe boots, and not because some of them are just used to seeing the glamorous side of me as Miss Sierra Leone USA, but they got to see me in the pit doing the regular job like everyone else, so they can see that, yeah, I'm a woman and I can do that too. And that's really what I preach to young ladies, that you can be a woman and you can be an engineer, you can be whatever you want. You don't have to go for certain jobs that are gendered. And so that's what I really hope women can know and believe in themselves, that they can do whatever they want to do as long as they have the passion for it, they work hard for it. And that's something I've been preaching and living all my life.
Absolutely. And that's why, as women, as a society, we are where we are today because of that. And I loved how you shared that, you're being the real you as a title holder, and you're showing that women can accomplish these things. And again, do not give up on your dreams.
Right.
Well, ladies, you are fabulous, inspirational role models. Share with the audience, with the viewers, any last words, anything you want to leave us with, how we can follow your journey, if we can find you on Facebook, Twitter, anything that you want to share with us. And Ruby, let's start with you.
Cool. Well, for me, like I mentioned, I have my blog, which is www www.officialmissierraleoneusa.blogspot.com. And also, being that as a feminist, as a self-identified feminist, I also started my own organization a few years back before I even became Miss Sierra Leone USA, which works with girls and women, and it's called When You Believe Foundation Incorporated, and it's an organization that is dedicated to women's empowerment, raising awareness on different issues, and we've created lots of workshops, made donations to women's shelters in the New River Valley in Virginia and in Washington, D.C., and also in Maryland. So with this organization, I've been able to reach out to so many women and also have lots of workshops on body image, education, women's physical health, and many things. So I would really love if our audience can check out my organization, whenyouBelieveFoundation.org, and see what we're doing with that. And also, I'm on Instagram and Twitter and Facebook. Just type Miss Sierra Leone USA Ruby B. Johnson, and you can find me anywhere.
Wonderful. We will definitely check out your website. And of course, find you on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, everywhere to follow your journey. And Amber, let's move to you next.
Okay, well, again, I'm Mrs. Eastern States, so for those of you who may not understand what that means, I actually represent the entire East Coast of the United States. So I travel from New York City down to Florida and Miami, promoting PTSD, the alternative treatment methods, and of course fighting that stigma that I spoke about earlier. What's next for me is I'll be attending the Elizabeth Dell Foundation Caregiver Week in Washington, D.C. I'm one of their official caregiver ambassadors because I care for my husband who was diagnosed with PTSD in 2010. And after that, I will be at the Armed Forces Foundation Congressional Gala, which will be supporting the Help Save Our Troops PTSD fundraising campaign. So those are a couple of events that you can always check out. I'll be launching my PTSD Awareness Month events, and of course a huge social movement for the month of July. So stay tuned, and you can always reach me on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram at Amber Wandtke. And my website /blog/ photogram, whatever you want to call it, is www.amberwandtke.com. And of course, I'll be covering anything from, Mrs. International Pageant to Go Red for Women, our national campaign, PTSD events, and anything related to pageantry.
Excellent. I'm excited to check that out, definitely. And we'll be finding you on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, so we can follow your journey as well.
Absolutely.
And I want to say thanks to the viewers for tuning in. Be sure to visit us at PageantLIVE.com. I want to give a great big shout out to Kyle Haggerty, phenomenal pageant coach. So if you are looking to get some training to win your next competition, be sure to find him at WeProduceWinners.com. You can also purchase a copy of his book. And thank you, Kyle, for being so fabulous and supportive of Pageant Live. Definitely, you want to check him out. Also, check out thefashionhero.com, and when you go to the website to register, be sure to tell them that Pamela Prevette and Stephanie McGrain sent you. They are looking for real people between 16 and 40 to be models for an upcoming reality television show. So you don't want to miss out on that. And also I want to say thank you so much to Yang Lei tonight, who has provided me with the gorgeous jewelry that I'm wearing. And you can check out her fabulous creations at beneaththestars.com. If you're interested in purchasing the fabulous collection that I have on, just give us an email. You can email me at askthecrown@gmail.com, and we'll get it right out to you. Thanks again, ladies, for joining us. Thanks to the viewers, and we'll see you next week. Remember to shine bright like a diamond. Bye, everyone.
Bye, everyone.